Welcome to Module 6 of the Ethical Marketer's Guide to Boost Your Facebook Engagement. In this module, we're going to dive deeper into the power of Facebook live broadcasts and waylay some of those fears that you may be having. We'll be covering why you should broadcast live on Facebook, the different types of broadcast you can do. Then I'll share some of the biggest fears that I hear and hopefully put your mind at rest about them. And then finish with some top tips to help you before, during and after your broadcast. So let's get started. So first of all, why should you broadcast live on Facebook? The people at Facebook HQ love live broadcasts and they give them priority in the newsfeed because they know how popular they are with the audience, meaning you have more opportunities to reach a wider audience. Live broadcasts are viewed on average 3 times longer than pre-recorded videos on mobiles, and then this jumps up to a staggering 10 times longer on desktop. And statistics say that live broadcasts receive 10 times more comments than pre-recorded videos too, making it the most engaging type of content available on the platform. It's no wonder Facebook give it priority in the newsfeed. But what types of broadcasts can you do? There are so many things that you can chat live about. Product launches. If you're introducing a new product, then going live with the big reveal is an exciting way to introduce it to the market. Not only do your followers feel special that they are present for the launch, they can see your genuine excitement and ask questions in real time. Showing your followers what goes on behind the scenes of your business gives them a secret insight into your world. This could be showing how a process is done, or introducing a new team member, or even showing off your new business premises. Top tips. This is probably one of the most popular forms of live broadcast and one I do the most of. Giving top tips live on air shows your expertise and gives the audience the chance to interact and ask questions or give feedback. You could also interview an industry influencer or one of your customers. Both have benefits to you. The first can show that you have respected connections within business and are therefore someone to trust information from. And the second can showcase that you care about your customers, as well as an opportunity for them to big up your business by saying how you've helped them. If you're hosting or attending an event, you can live stream it to engage with people that are not able to be there in person. Has something big happened in your industry? Go live and tell your audience first. This will show that you've got your finger on the pulse. And these suggestions are just a few. I'm sure you're starting to get the picture. You can probably broadcast about almost anything in your business. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the biggest fears that people have when I talk to someone about going live on Facebook. Probably the most common is that they're scared of making a mistake and looking foolish. It doesn't matter. We're all human and we make mistakes. People are much more forgiving when it's a live broadcast because they know you can't edit it out. If I make a mistake, I just correct myself and move on, or even make a joke about it. It's not the end of the world. Having no one watching. Most people will watch your live stream on playback if they're not available when you go live, so not having anyone there with you is not an issue. Don't make the mistake of sitting there for 2 or 3 minutes waiting for people to join, as this can be so irritating for those watching on playback. Just go ahead with the content as though you have people watching, and I can assure you people will click on it later, and if you share valuable content, they will come back for more and may even try to be available next time for the live broadcast. Which brings me on to the next fear, giving value. Many people will say, but I don't know what to do a broadcast about. Well, you don't have that excuse anymore, as we've just covered that. There are many things you can broadcast about, and remember, people are following your page because they see you as the expert. You probably know way more than your viewers, so even simple tips to you could be real gold nuggets to them. I don't like being in front of the camera. Believe me, I hear this one a lot, and it's one that I struggled with in the beginning, but I soon got over it when I realised people are not watching to critique me. They're there to hear what you have to say. Yes, I make more of an effort, wash my hair, put on some makeup, but I'm still always myself. I hated my first 20 or so live broadcasts and spent the whole time picking faults in what I could have done better or how I looked in a certain outfit. But to be honest, going live has actually helped me to build confidence because I can see the positive impact I'm having on business owners with the advice that I share, and that is far more important to me than my hair having an off day. I'm not good with technology. Great, you don't have to be. Facebook make it very easy to go live, and it's just the click of a few buttons. If you can do the basics on a computer or phone, you can host a live broadcast. So now we've covered the biggest fears, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and give you some tips to make things easier. There are a few things you can do before you go live that will help you feel more confident and reduce the risk of mistakes. If this is your first time or you're still not very confident with live broadcasts, then you can do a few test runs that only you will see. To do this, you just go to your personal Facebook profile and then click on the live link, but change the settings to only me. That way you can broadcast to your heart's content and no one else will even know. You can then go into your profile page and play back the video and delete it when you're done. There is no limit to how many times you do this, so just keep doing it until you feel more confident. If you're using a mobile device, ensure that your mobile is fully charged. There is nothing worse than having really great interaction going on and then bam, your phone dies and the broadcast is cut off. The same applies to Wi-Fi connection. Make sure that you're not in a poor connection area, or if possible, connect to a network. Next is to check the camera, sound and lighting. Make sure that only things you want to be seen show up on your camera, no underwear drying on the radiator behind you or other things that can cause a distraction. Also, make sure you don't have light streaming in behind you, as this can cause you to be a silhouette on screen. If you can, have a window in front of you, as this will cause natural light to reflect on you, making it easier to be seen. And the sound quality is important too. It's often better to use a microphone to block out any external noises, as you want people to hear what you have to say. To help you keep on track during your broadcast, it helps to have main points written down as a guide. Don't try to write a full script, as you want to be looking at the camera. Just a few bullet points of things that you want to make sure you remember. And last, but by no means least, give yourself at least 5 to 10 minutes to relax before you go live. This will help you to be calmer and more confident when you're broadcasting. Okay, so now you're ready to go live. Here's a few tips for during the broadcast itself. Start by introducing yourself and letting your audience know what you're going to be covering in the broadcast. If you have people watching you live, engage with them and encourage them to ask questions or make a comment. Use their names to help them really feel part of it. I also say thanks for joining and use the person's name when they first join if it's near the beginning of the broadcast. But if you've got lots of people viewing, don't try to name them all. Just pick out a few. Also, as I mentioned in the last video, pre-recorded videos are recommended to only be a few minutes long. And it's quite the opposite with live broadcasts. The optimum length for Facebook Live is 20 to 30 minutes long. I know this may sound daunting and you're probably thinking, I can't think of anything to talk about for that long, but you will be surprised. I have done many broadcasts where I've said this is only going to be a short one, and I looked back after to find it's over 20 minutes long, especially if you have people interacting while you're live. Don't try to be something you're not. One of the best things about live broadcasts is you get to connect with people on a more personal level and they get to know you. If you want to attract the right customers, you need to stay authentic. And then end with a clear call to action. Tell your viewers what you want them to do next, whether it's to read a blog or check out a product or just ask or answer a question. Your live broadcast should always have a purpose to get your viewers to do something after, so tell them what and how to do it. But don't forget to add any relevant links after you've finished. So you've now finished your broadcast, but it's not over yet. There's still a few things to do. The first thing I do when I hit the post button is to play back the video. This is especially important if you're in a poor signal area, as your live streaming can sometimes pause while you're talking until the signal is stronger again, and when you play it back, you can find a chunk of the information is missing. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened to me in the past. That way you can check that everything uploaded okay, and if there is any information missing, you can decide if you want to redo the whole thing with a new broadcast or just add the missing bit in the comments. You also want to download the video. I always recommend downloading the video as you have hopefully shared some great information and you want to keep a record of this. I often turn my live broadcasts into blogs, so downloading it means I've got it handy to play back without the need for internet connection. Besides, if something goes wrong with your Facebook access, that information could be lost forever. If you have asked someone to go read a blog or look at an offer, then make sure you add any relevant links in the comments that they can easily apply the call to action you mentioned. If people have to go searching for it, they're very unlikely to do so. So make it easy for them to follow the next step you want them to take. I highly recommend you add captions whenever possible so that people can watch the video on playback without sound. This is not always easy on longer videos as Facebook isn't always that accurate with its speech to text, and you may have to do a lot of editing. Alternatively, there are businesses available that can take your video and create an SRT file for a small fee, which is a subtitle format that you can then upload. And finally, as you've downloaded your video, you can use it on other platforms. Some are restricted with time limits, but one I always recommend is YouTube. That way there is another platform that people can find you and see your content and become followers. So now that you know the theory behind live broadcasts, let's get a little practice in. I'd like you to think of top 5 questions that you're often asked in your business and write them down. Then write the answers to these questions in a few bullet points to refer to. Next, go onto your personal profile and do a live broadcast, but don't forget to change the settings to Only Me, which will appear in a drop-down menu below the description. Then download the video and delete it from your personal page so no one else will ever see it. And finally, I'd like you to play back the video and make a note of all the things you did well. I know it can be hard to praise yourself, but I expect you to find at least 5 good things about your broadcast. Maybe you looked into camera all the time, or covered all the points, or remembered to introduce yourself. Did you handle the technology without any issues? Was the sound quality good? And other things along those lines. Ignore any mistakes or criticizing how you look. No one else is going to see this. This exercise is to help you get used to how it works and build your confidence in front of the camera. So we've come to the end of the mini course and I just wanted to say congratulations. You now have a solid format for finding, creating and sharing content, leaving your followers educated, entertained and inspired. Now the hard work begins to ensure that you keep up the habits that you've learned, and in time you will reap the benefits with a loyal following of raving fans and maybe some new customers too. If you have found this mini course useful, please do leave a review on our Facebook business page, Marketing with Ethics. As I said during the training, reviews and testimonials help people to make a more informed decision about a product or service, and your feedback could help them make the right decision for them. If you're not a member already, I would love to see you in our free Facebook community, Ethical Marketing for Business Owners, where you'll get to chat with me and other like-minded business owners and ask questions or join conversations that help you with your marketing goals. This is Susie Fido, the Ethical Marketer, signing off for now. And if we can be of any help to you in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at Marketing with Ethics. And I will speak to you all again soon.